refusing to eat because they want their ethnic group or their ethnic right food, well, they go back to their country and get whatever food they want. The fact is, we're giving them the calories they want. This isn't Holiday Inn.
Meanwhile, more Democrats showing up at the facility, siding with the protesters, blasting the conditions as inhumane.
This detention center should shut down.
I'm just returning from Delaney Hall. It is a problem on so many different levels. Ultimately, improved conditions is an immediate concern. But overall, my concern is that facility should not exist in my city, in my state.
And ICE continues to blatantly lie about the conditions in all of these detention facilities.
Greg, what about the chanting and the organized way that they are all out there screaming at the police?
And you wonder why ICE agents wear masks. Because they tell you that they're going to kill you and your family. But those activists, you cannot take them seriously for a number of reasons. But the number one reason is they are not well, but they choose not to be well. Because by acting in this manner, it gives them some kind of agency and attention that they can't get in their own kind of depressing lives. I can't believe I did this, but I did some research.
Wow.
Yeah, because what are they protesting? They're protesting inhumane conditions. And everybody goes, well, there must be inhumane conditions there. But I looked at it. I did my research. They rely on unvetted secondhand testimonials taken at face value from Democrats, as usual, and the media, as usual. And we know we do not trust any of that, nor do we have to, because they have no credibility. Again, as I said before, they're now at the children's table after what they lied about when it came to the border, immigration, the president. They're at the kids' table. We don't have to take anything they say. This is the problem with lying, is that it comes back to haunt you when you might want to say something truthful. We throw it all out. It's tainted like rancid potato salad. In terms of the complaints, there's no video, medical records, or public reports. But I have to admit, Jerry Nadler went there. You know what he said? The food comes in small portions.
And has maggots in it.
Yeah, but it's in small portions.
I get it. You want to call him fat, but
no.
there's...
Why would you say that? He has a medical condition, Jessica. My God, he's obese, not fat. But the conditions are roughly the same as from where they came from. Messy John's medical delays. But maggots or not, it is the food's dietitian approved. I don't see the maggots. Why aren't they documented? They get 24/7 medical access. But here's the key, and this is the only thing you need to remember. When the opposition to immigration policy scales up, the complaints spike. They are aggregated and they are amplified, designed to set the stage for this chaotic mess. But these people, you do not have to fear them. You do not have to listen to them. They created the problem. They have lost the privilege of input. You can complain all you want about the maggots. I don't believe you. Because I don't believe any Democrat about immigration. It's just like commenting on Trump's health after enabling Biden's cover-up. I don't have to listen to that anymore. You guys blew it. Trump sealed what you broke, the border. Now he's cleaning up the aftermath. You can't stand there and tell us how to clean up the mess. You lost that right.
Well, Jessica, I will go to you. Why does it have to go from, instead of saying, fix this problem if there are maggots in the food. Like, I don't know. But it's like
who cares if there are maggots?
Fix this food problem. Instead, it
laws.
It escalates immediately.
I don't care.
Shut it all down, and you're a Nazi race traitor. That's insane.
I have never advocated to go from zero to Nazi. I think it is a mistake.
You will repeat claims that you have no proof of. You will do that. You just did that now.
Well,
worse, you interrupted a really good joke.
It allowed you to say fat versus obese, which I think you'd be proud of, though. But I apologize. I'll keep my maggot talk for my own section. So, yes, I don't have my own cam in there that saw the maggots, but after a number of elected representatives were denied their oversight rights, they are allowed to go in anytime that they want. They were finally allowed in and said that, yes, the portions were small and also the food was inedible, which is illegal. There's always this thing,
where'd the maggots come from?
What?
inside the food.
Who saw
Okay,
the
Jesse,
maggots?
I love this. Is a great set of defenses for all of this. The Department of
You're
Health.
saying politicians went in there, saw maggots, and didn't snap a photo?
I can't believe that.
Come on, Jessica.
The Department of
It
Health.
was hearsay. They never saw it.
Okay, you guys, you know what?
They never saw it.
It's paradise. And
I'm not saying that either. All we're saying is this is how it works.
Listen, you know how it works? That private prisons that operated by the GEO Group, which does Delaney Hall, or Core Civic, or is it Civic Core? Civic Core that does Dilley in Texas, tons in Tennessee, get more complaints than federally or state-run government prisons. That's been documented. There have been DOJ reports about it. These kinds of claims, and they go to lawsuits sometimes where they do have evidence of it, and sometimes they even win. So don't say that this is all just made up, that there are inhumane conditions. And I understand that you want to say that Joe Biden had an open border, so nothing that happens after that matters. But guess what? That might not be true for you, but it's not true for the bulk of Americans, actually, who used to think that, no, it's not, because Donald Trump.
He sealed the border.
Okay.
You guys
Listen.
didn't.
Okay.
You can't argue now. It's over.
The way that Donald Trump was doing immigration, which you defended, by the way, was so rancid that people had to be fired, pushed out because American citizens were getting killed because our rights were being violated. I know you don't care if an undocumented person has their rights violated, even though they have them. Even Antonin Scalia has reaffirmed that, or did, RIP. That they had to push Kristi Noem out. Stephen Miller has had to be sidelined because they were doing things like also picking people up at Home Depot. And even Donald Trump himself has consistently said, well, you don't know that everyone in that prison, by the way, deserves to be there. They say, there's
and you don't know the reverse. So maybe you should go in there and find out.
Based on their track record,
with you.
that something bad is going on in there, and that all 300 of those.
Is it as bad as killing a young woman?
No, and I've never said that. This is what's so ridiculous. You can't.
Why are you defending it then?
Well, I'm defending the fact that privately run prisons do a crap job at this, that they treat people worse than they would even get in a federally run or a state-run prison. It's not false. It's documented.
No, they're treated better here than they are in American prisons.
Jesse, why don't you drive?
Sure, I'll drive, Jessica. They are getting more health care than they've ever gotten in their lives. They get around-the-clock mental health care, dental care, medical care, and they get 3 squares. Now, this hunger strike, Jessica, because they don't have ethnic food. What do we want? Chicken chimichangas, chalupas, pico de mayo, de gallo. Does the Jamaican in there for homicide, does he get jerk chicken? It's not Epcot, Jessica. It's a ICE detention facility. If an American was held on immigration charges in Mexico, would he demand pizza and French fries? No, he'd get tacos. These people are ridiculous. There's no maggots. That was made up by lawyers who we pay for. This is a ruse by immigration lawyers that are paid for by the taxpayer so they can create a drama to bill more. Don't you get it? They leak it to the press. They send Cory Booker out there, and it becomes a whole thing where they get paid more. Now, here's the thing. These guys are in there for homicide, child rape. They're from Honduras. They're from Colombia. Who cares if they don't like the food? Get them out of here. Cory Booker says this ICE facility shouldn't be in New Jersey. Why? Where should it be in? They caught him in Jersey. Where are they going to put him? They're just going to keep him in Trenton? They're just going to keep them hanging out in Newark? You got to keep them somewhere before you send them home. And Cory Booker is my senator. And I hit a pothole every other time I leave the tunnel. Why doesn't he focus on stuff for Americans? I never see the guy in Atlantic City trying to revive the town. I never see him down the shore. I never see him at MetLife. He doesn't do anything for his state. At least Fetterman talks about Pennsylvania. Schumer's always talking about New Yorkers. I might have to run for Senate in New Jersey. I would beat the pants off Booker. They love me there.
Right.
So here's the crazy thing. They are putting cement blocks in front of garbage trucks. The garbage truck guy, you can see the video online just saying, what are you trying to do? They are putting barriers. They're blocking ICE from going in and out. And what is so tragic, I think, just terrible with the sanctuary cities, no state cops, no local cops are there to help out. When you put on that uniform, they're told and they're trained to watch their backs. They can't do that. So I know there's Jersey cops out there. You know a lot of them. You don't think that they want to go and help out that perimeter? They're trying to recreate Minneapolis because that's when they felt like they were on a roll. They got Greg Bavino fired, and Kristi Noem showed that she was overhead. The problem is you have extremely competent people in charge. Tom Homan's been empowered like he should have been for the first day, and Homeland Security Secretary Markwayne Mullin is working 21 hours a day. And the first thing he said is he called up Andy Kim, and he goes, Andy, you need to see the facility. Just let me know. Next thing you know, the guy's holding press conference getting pepper sprayed. And Senator Cory Booker coming out doing a presser. And I think we go back to the original point. If they really were concerned about the conditions, and these are, all you have to do is go online. These are murderers. These gang members. TDA, you have Dominicans Don't Play. Evidently, that's a group that's tough to get into. You got to kill somebody and wear sleeveless shirts and have at least 9 tattoos. But they show up. And these people that show up at this facility, they don't care about the people inside. They're wearing Yasser Arafat starter kits.
Yeah, what's with the PLO?
I mean, what is that? What do you?
What does that have
what
to do
do
with
you
it?
know about the Palestinians? What does that do with illegal immigrants in our country, mostly from Central and South America? They're trying to reclaim Minneapolis, and Markwayne Mullin is not going to fall for it. Tom Homan's not going to fall for it. America wants illegal immigrant criminals out. So do Democrats.
And look what happened to Governor Tim Walz. Right? I mean, Mikey Sherrill.
I just can't believe we're in a place where an entire political party is wanting America to release illegal, violent criminals who are murderers and rapists
That's not what
into
they're
the pot.
saying.
No, but you guys have never said anything else.
That's not true. We've said what reflects what the American people say, which is we want violent criminals out of this country who killed Sheridan Gorman, Lincoln Riley, Kate Steinle.
We got to hold them in
But what's the
people
but?
who are here and have not committed a crime should be left alone.
But the problem is we have to work through that because you guys let everybody in. So let us get through it.
How long is it going to take you? I've given you time.
Now you're in a hurry. Now you're in a hurry to get them out.
Hurry.
Now they're in a hurry.
That's crazy. All right.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.